is Sparta. Welcome to my channel. Today we are touching on the Duggar family. Now I tried to do this reading earlier this week and I had technical issues, so what I did get of that reading is actually posted for members only. It's one of these little bonus features. I'll just post little things up for y'all, and if something goes wrong, yeah, you can see that too. But I'm going to try this again. Oh, wow. I'm like, it's only Wednesday this week. It's been a week. After all the holidays, and the kids are still home this week from school. So I'm like, I'm getting up and recording this around 6, 7 in the morning. And I'm not much of a morning person, people, but I've been forced to become one. Let me tell you. Woo! So I do have a lot of coffee on me. You might notice I have a different chair. This was one of my Christmas presents. It is really nice. It's got reclines with a footrest and a massage. It's really nice. I like it. But how are you doing? How are you doing? Are you guys ready for this new year? I don't really know if I am, because I really don't. I mean, what is going to happen this year? I haven't dove too deeply into the astrology of things. I think it's because the last few years, every time I did, it was like badness was going to happen. And I think I'd rather be surprised. You want to know what I'm saying on this one? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can handle. I don't even want to get my hopes up. I'm just like, oh Lord, help me. Just let 2022 be better. Anyway, but good things have happened. This channel has grown. You guys, I've gotten to meet all of you. You've gotten to see me. And I found what I really love doing on YouTube, which is doing these tarot readings, discussing current events, true crime, paranormal, and, unsolved mysteries, you name it. And I'm really enjoying this. I get criticized. Some of y'all out there, man, you hate watch me or something? It's like, okay. Yeah. You know who you are if you're out there, but that's okay. I just keep carrying on. I'm not going to let it bring me down. So I'm going to talk about Jana Duggar. She is the oldest daughter, and she's the only one who's single. And some people keep praising her for she's choosing her own path. She's not getting married and having a bunch of kids, but I don't think that's exactly what's going on. Some people think, the reason why she's not marrying is because she is gay, and I don't know. There's something more to it, folks, and I've done research, and it has to do with the way the IBPL, is it? IPB, yeah. They, and even Quiverful, it's like the oldest daughter becomes a second mommy, a sister mommy, and taking care of the family. And she's supposed to stay single, taking care of the family, and then her parents. And I'm wondering, if this is something Jana's trapped in. I don't know if she feels trapped by this. She has recently was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. I will get into all that and the court dates and such if in the in-depth part of this video. Yeah, and then we have possible divorce or separation, and people are wondering what's going on with Josiah and Lauren Duggar. They have they disappeared off of social media. They stopped posting in November of 2020, and it's just been silent. They had it. It's interesting, and nobody knows what's going on, and so there's a lot of speculation that this couple is parting ways. So, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about these two situations with Jana and then Josiah and Lauren, please stick around and we can get into it. And or if you just want to jump ahead and get to the tarot readings, you know I got you covered. The chapter links are down below. You can just jump on ahead. So here we go. Hi. Thank you for sticking around with me, my friend. Wow. This is really hard to talk about. You know, I was an only child and I was not treated as a sister mom or a second mom. But I did have some responsibility if my parents weren't around. And when I was older, like, I was older, old enough to, and my siblings weren't, toddlers or infants, they were older, we are all, then I could watch them like I would a babysitter around that age. And, but my parents didn't expect me to replace my mom in any way, even though she had a job. I was just a kiddo. And, I did have, there's some good things in my childhood and some good things that I've picked up from my parents and I learned. And then there's some bad things that I saw and I didn't want to pick those up. And I'm doing my best not to. I don't want to carry that on. But I did see with others, and I grew up in a Pentecostal Foursquare denomination. My family went Catholic to this. Yeah. So, but I saw how it was like the older was responsible in getting the kids together, the younger, their siblings, ready. I never had to get maybe I helped out with a diaper or two when, with my youngest sibling, because I was only 4 when my sister was born, but I was a little older when my brother was born. But it was, yeah, I didn't have to feed them. I didn't have to watch them, all the time. No, it was nothing like that. And unfortunately, with the system that the Duggar family uses, and it's what is taught, is the daughters pair up and watch over the younger kids. The older daughters take care of them. And the first oldest daughter is considered that second mom, that sister mom. And I remember when I first heard about the Duggars, it was like when they were like counting, what was it, 14, 16, I don't know, there was a lot less of them. They were younger. But I saw a clip and it was showing how, and when Michelle was talking about how the kids were paired off, they had a buddy system, and one whose parenting, pretty much took care of the other one, made sure they got dressed and fed and everything. I was just like, it's just taking away a childhood. And that's hard. And knowing, my parents, while my parents did spank, yeah, and do some other crazy things. My dad had a temper, but but when I hear about the way they treat their children, blanket training, I was appalled. If you don't know what that is, that's something, just look it up. I can't believe that, the freedom of religion doesn't give you the freedom to abuse or take away another person's rights. And children have rights. They're humans, just like us adults. And we need to treat them as not our property, but as another human who deserves respect, who deserves freedom to make choices. And yeah, as a parent, we all guide them and we set boundaries. We learn to redirect when they're they're doing something wrong. It's like, no, you don't want to do that. Let's try this instead. I never laid my hand on my kids, no. And I got some very well-behaved children. Very happy. and good in school. They're just and they're brilliant. I think they're brilliant. Well, they are. They're doing well in school. But I can't imagine, why? How could I hurt my child? So yeah, I have some issues with this, and Jana has been stuck in the situation, I believe. Now, on September 10th, she was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor in Arkansas. That's what they were saying, according to the Elm Springs District County Clerk. Now, so at this time, Jana has pleaded not guilty, and a court date has been set. I believe it's for January 10th or 11th. Now, if she is convicted, she could face fines and up to 90 days in jail. Now, apparently she had been watching the child, and I think she either drifted off to sleep, she was watching kids, fell asleep, or she was in the bathroom, because that happens, and you just turn back for just a second, and these little guys, they're fast. They're like, I'm not being watched. Little kids, and they go for it. They can get, and it sounds kind of like that's what happened in this situation. Turned her back, kid got free, but interesting. I learned the child was about a mile away. This kid just kept going, man. This kid was trucking it, and a neighbor recognized the child and saw the child alone, and that's when they got help and brought the child. And that's why Jana got charged. Now, Jana has given a statement, and I'll read it to you. It's just the raw facts that she was babysitting a few months ago when one of the children wandered outside alone. Now, she says the passerby saw the child and alerted authorities. And this is why she got a written citation as well as a follow-up with child welfare. She is stating that child welfare concluded that it was an accident and the child was unharmed. Continued, she says, they recognized it was a case of a child slipping out of the house when you turn your back for a moment. It all happened so quickly and was scary. Yeah, I'm sure it was scary. If you don't know where the kid went, I'd be freaking out too. This happens. And it doesn't mean you are being neglectful or you're a bad parent. Nobody is perfect. I know the IBPL teaches and you have to be perfect. And if, for women, if your husband is not perfect or is struggling with something, it's your fault. If nobody sees that there's a problem with that, and they're in it, I don't know. But, so I'm not mad necessarily about this child running off. They were they didn't get any harm done. And things like this happen. Unfortunately, when things like this happen, bigger and bad things could have happened. And that's where it is scary. So it's really hard being a parent, folks. It really is. But Jana's not the parent. And so it's just, I wonder who else, if an adult was in the household, in the home, when this was happening, or she was the only adult, and how many kids were there. I've got a lot of questions. Because something doesn't add up right, and I hope, I really feel for her, and I would like to see, maybe in the tarot reading we'll figure out some more info. Now, I'm going to get into Josiah and Lauren. Yeah, they were married on June 30th of 2018. Now, Lauren, she was only 18 years old. And apparently they had been friends before they had met. And then they reconnected after, you see, Josiah had also been engaged to another woman. But that didn't work out. They decided, they were courting, and it was like, no. So then there's Lauren. And they courted for about 6 weeks, and then he proposed. And a few months later, they were married. It's like, wow, yeah. Now, unfortunately for this couple, they had a miscarriage. Lauren has shared about this on her Instagram and social media, which I think is a little, because Lauren grew up and she never had any social media before getting involved with Josiah. Once they got married, all of a sudden she's got social media and so that had been hard for her to experience, because I know when I miscarried, it's hard, and you feel that loss, and you do grieve. She discovered that she had miscarried. It was around the end of 2018, around November or so. She was about 4 months pregnant, or November she found out she was pregnant, and then 4 months. I'm not sure, but it happened, and they named the child Asa Duggar. And then they did conceive and have a child, and her name is Bella, and she was born on November 8th of 2019. And Lauren was posting lots of pictures of Bella and the family, and there was a lot of this stuff on there, and all of a sudden, in a year later, November 2020, she stops posting. And they noticed that pictures of Bella were being removed. Or this actually started removing them, I think, in May or June, but stopped posting altogether in November. And some people speculated this had anything to do with Josh Duggar's arrest. If they just did not want to have their child exposed out there because they're learning what's going on. It's like, whoa. But nobody really knew, and they were just like, well, she really didn't like social media in the first place. What's going on? But, she didn't be like, oh, we're taking a break. It was just all of a sudden gone. And now there's only 6 posts up remaining. That's when I looked just the other day. I didn't double check this morning, but I don't think that's changed. Yeah, it's just, and there's none of their daughter. And they, have remained completely silent in regards to Josh's trial. And some were wondering, just thought, well, it's because, Josiah is working with his father and he has to, maybe he doesn't want to take a stand in the situation, doesn't want to be cut off from the family. Nobody really knows. And so there has been always lots of speculation. But now people are wondering if, Lauren and Josiah are gonna divorce, and that would be huge because they do not believe in divorce in this family, with their dogma, their doctrine. It is like not allowed. But what if this couple has separated, and the pressures of being, in the limelight and the reality show? I don't know. It could be a lot, and it could be part of the reason why they have broken up. If they have, we don't know, but there's a lot of speculation, and I figured, well, let's get into it. So let's get into that reading now, okay? Welcome back, and now we're going to get into the actual tarot reading here. Yeah, I just would like to point out that everything here is alleged, and I do these reads for entertainment purposes only. I get some people who are like, oh, you just say that, and you just have to say that, and that's good that you say that because you're just a fraud. And I'm like, oh, please. I'm not a fraud, folks. And I do care. That's, I care about people, and I think people need to be aware of what's going on in our world. And if I'm helping by doing this, that's great. And I hope I can help others. there are people who are trapped in a cult right now, and they don't realize that how harmful it is to them and others. And you know, we do need to get it out there that this facade that we see on reality TV of families, of these families being like, oh yeah, we're so great. There's sometimes a darker side behind it. And we can't pretend it doesn't exist. We can't pretend that children aren't being abused. We can't pretend that people who claim to follow God are without any kind of sin, don't do anything bad, or it's like a cover up, a facade to hide what they're really up to and doing. So I'm going to do this reading, and I care about these people. I do. So here we go. You ready? All right, I've made sure my camera is working this time, so okay. Get this here. All right, I'm using my Gilded Tarot deck today. Just kind of was drawn to it. We're going to cover Jana right now. No, Jana, sweetheart. Okay, so I have the Six of Swords, and it's reversed, and, you know, if it's upright, it's like, oh, you know, heading towards something, you know, coming free from, but that doesn't look like that's what's happening here. Let's get a couple more cards. Oh. High Priestess. Oh. Yeah, two outcomes. And the Hangman. Okay. I just... There's going to be like an uncovering of stuff happening for her. There's like a feel, you know, definitely feeling trapped, you know, really just this no way out. No way out. She's resisting change. That's it. It's self-imposed because she's not willing to step out and change. And there's a lot of factors to why she'd be resistant. Let's see. I think she has gifts, spiritual gifts that are also being blocked. The Hangman, she needs to stop and just surrender and to change. Let things go. Look for a new perspective. Look at things differently. She's not seeing all she's capable of. The King of Swords. The King of Swords, he's like he's upright. So he's like, there's somebody trying to get through to Jana. I'm seeing, somehow, like, to see the truth of what's going on in her situation. They really care about her, and she's scared. And here's the star reversed. She doesn't trust herself and her own feelings. She's like, I have to check with my father, my mom. I have to, what they're saying. They wouldn't lie to me. They're my parents, and that's how I was raised. Here's the 2 wands. She's coming up. She's having to make a huge decision, and that decision, leaving home, this might push her to realize, I can't stay here taking care of everyone else's kids. I need to have my own life. I need to make a decision. I need to move forward. So, yeah, she's facing that. And by looking at things differently, by trusting in herself that she can do more. I know she's only been homeschooled and was pretty much just taught how to, run a home and be a mom. So she may not feel like she has much skills. I think she helps out her brother and father construction, but that's pretty much all she knows. The Chariot. Chariot a lot of times means she's going to be going somewhere, something, and I don't think she is going to have victory. I don't think she's going to jail in the situation that she's in. I think she's going to feel more empowered to go forward. But will she? Well, I don't know, because there's this drive that she wants to. But I think she's going to hold back to make sure because she's scared, because she could go to jail. And she needs her parents to protect her and take care of her. She doesn't know. So she is towing the line right now up to the trial, I could say. The Hierophant, hypocrisy. She is coming face to face with the hypocrisy. Maybe going on with Josh and seeing how the parents covered and protected him when he hurt her and her siblings, and how it was okay to do that, and that they still were trying to protect him even now. I think she's coming face to face, understanding the hypocrisy, that her beliefs, she's challenging them. She is challenging her beliefs. The 5 of Swords. A lot of times this means there's conflict, but it's reversed, okay? And when it's reversed like this, and in her situation, she's holding back resentment. There's a lot of resentment. She is afraid to feel or even voice out. There is a resentment for what's happened to her, and like, she's the one taking the fall. She's not happy about any of this. There is somebody she needs to make amends with, though. We have the Page of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. This here, I know she's stressed about money. She's so stressed. So she's holding herself. This is procrastination here, folks. Not progressing, holding back. She needs to stop, rest. She needs rest. I feel like she is just exhausted and drained, and like feeling like she always has to put on a happy face, even though she's empty and hurting inside. And keep going and not allowed to take time for herself. She needs to do that. She needs to just meditate and prayer and find peace, inner peace again. Here's the Queen of Pentacles here. See, she is very motherly. And I think that's why she slipped into a role of just taking care of everyone else's kids. But she needs to also learn to take care and nurture herself in this situation. And she will be able to financially stand on her own. She doesn't realize she can, but she will be able to. Huh. Here's the Nine of Cups. The Six of Pentacles. These three cards just fell out at me. And the Ace of Cups. Now, the Cups. Oh. So usually this, if it was upright, we're dealing with emotions, with water, the Cups, water sign. And here, it's, if it had been forward, you'd be like celebrating, being happy and content. This is really just depressed. Lack of joy, lack of hope. Just, there's a lack of joy. It's everything. She's just very unsatisfied with her life. She's coming face to face with that. And the Six of Pentacles, usually that's meaning you are giving, you're a giver, you have wealth, and you are generous. But this is reversed here, folks. And it's because everything's been one-sided in her life. She gives, and she needs to learn to self-care. Take. She needs to know it's okay to put herself first. She doesn't realize this. And then we have the Ace of Cups. There's a relationship coming forward. She's going to find someone who's going to have a lot of compassion and a lot of love for her. And they're going to help her break free and give her, she's going to get encouragement. Oh, wow. And the Eight of Wands, and it's upright, man. The change, she's got to make these decisions are going to be coming quick. She is going to be face to face with, what am I going to have to do now? Because she's so stifled. And here's the Moon. The lies in her life, and she's going to start speaking the truth, are going to be uncovered. She has so much fear and anxiety right now. So much. She is so afraid. But all the illusion of her life is going to be shattered. It's gonna come out. Something's going to happen. Something's coming forward that's going to just shatter not just her life, but the Duggars, the whole facade. And here's the King of Cups reversed. And if this was upright, we're dealing with someone who's balanced and calming and has, but we're dealing with cold, moody, and manipulation, emotional manipulation. She has been abused and oppressed, and this emotional manipulation is going to come out even more so. There's things that we haven't even learned that has happened. Things, unfortunately, far worse. And it's like only touches. We've only got like a touch of what her life has really been like. And the Seven of Swords. And this is reverse. Now, if it was upright, we know there's a bit of betrayal. But this is she's been keeping secrets. She's been deceiving herself. She's been telling lies to herself to keep going because it's reversed. And that has to do, it's like she's had to lie to herself that she's happy and this is right and this is what God wants for her. And she knows it's a lie, but she doesn't want to accept it. So we have the Nine of Wands. She's going to find the inner strength and she's going to have the resilience she needs to get free. Yeah. And this last card here, the Nine of Swords. This is all about this depression and fear. She really needs to let go of the fear. I feel for her. I don't think there's much more we're going to get if I continue pulling cards. I really think we've got enough going on that, we've learned enough about Jana's situation. Don't see her going to jail. It'd be really shocking if she did. But I think, the closeness of getting in trouble for something like this is shook her, It shook her. Oh boy, okay. Now we're gonna get into Josiah and Lauren. I'm gonna pull out one of my old favorite decks here. I know it's Haunted House Tarot. Why am I pulling that out? I don't know. It's what I was drawn to. So sometimes, may not always make total complete sense at first, but hey, it's how it is, right? Gotta listen to what the Spirit's telling me. Oh, this is the first card. It's the Seven of Pentacles. And this is well, I know what it means. I know what the card generally means, but I don't know how it's like investment in something and a long time, like commitment or investing in things. But then I got the Three of Wands. This is getting away, looking ahead. There's wanting to explore. Oh, think it's like I invested everything I had into this marriage, into this life. I need to explore. I need more. This card is they've been rethinking everything. It's like everything has been clouded. We have just been going through motions, an inner clarity coming forth, killing of old ideas, killing of old oneself in a more spiritual meaning. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups. This person is a dreamer. They really have a lot of sensitivity to things. And I think because they've invested so much into their life, Josiah, I didn't mention this I forgot to mention this about Josiah earlier. Remember correctly, he had been taken to camps for behavioral issues, apparently. He was known as someone with behavioral problems. I think And maybe they did have some conversion therapy going on in there, and that'd be. I mean, if he is bi or gay, that would just. I could just see him trying to. You know, I. I put so much in my family. I have a wife. I have a daughter now. I keep doing that, but there's still this hope, and he wants to find his own financial independence. I think without financial independence, I think that's what's scaring him. He wants to be able to support this family he has and himself. The Seven of Cups. He's facing choices. He's seeing that his life has been an illusion, that he has been lied to, and he's trying to find his own place in this world. He wants to know where he belongs because he doesn't feel connected. He doesn't feel connected in this marriage. He doesn't feel connected to his family. He might even feel somewhat betrayed, but oppressing these feelings, I'm really picking up on Josiah. And here's the Queen of Wands, and she's reversed. This is Lauren, very insecure woman. She's very insecure. She's very jealous. She is hung up on things and doesn't let it go. It's like she doesn't believe when Josiah is saying, hey, I'm here for you. I committed to you. There's no one else. Or she feels like he puts the family before her. And Bella, she's also probably somewhat selfish. You don't spend enough time with me. But he's giving all he can. And here's the Tower reversed. Okay. We're once again dealing with that fear of change. That just keeps popping up here. But there's going to be a transformation in her and Josiah's lives. Two of Cups. Now, often people will say, well, this means that there's a mutual attraction. There's a partnership. But when I put it here, we're talking about their relationship being an illusion. Being just him rethinking this relationship. Rethinking the relationship. It's an illusion. I got to make the right decisions. I'm afraid to make those changes, though. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, 3 years, 3 cards. It's right over Lauren, too. Someone's greedy. And I don't think it's necessarily Josiah. Ace of Pentacles reversed. His marriage, he did not think ahead. He was like, I've already courted once and it was failed. I can't do it again. And so there was a lack of looking ahead of what he was getting himself into. And here's the Knight of Pentacles. He is feeling extremely stuck. I also think, because we're dealing with this is all Pentacles. You notice the money here. She's going to want money. If this is going down, it's like, you're going to make sure I'm well taken care of. Here's the High Priestess. Yeah. She, this, they, Josiah needs to follow his own intuition and stop listening to what his parents and the church is telling him. Uh huh. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. So here, is he like apprenticing under someone in his family? Like, but it's like he's got a job, he just does it over and over and over and over and over again. And that's where he's getting all his money from. But there's if he makes these changes, he will lose that. That's what he's afraid of. The Page of Wands. Reverse. There is going to be a huge conflict. Not just with Josiah and Lauren. I'm seeing it with his family and Lauren's family. They're going to be mad. Oh boy. I think Josiah's afraid of everybody, and that's also holding him back. And we have the Nine of Cups, and this is reversed. You see this dude here? He just is not happy. Not happy. No joy in his life. I think they stopped posting on social media because they didn't want to keep up with the lies, pretending to be happy. Yeah, here's the Star reversed. There's a loss of faith, which has caused the despair and the fear. He needs to be able to trust himself. He's never been able to trust himself. He's always been taught not to trust what if he feels something or wants to do something, no, I can't. It's not right. He needs to trust himself. With the High Priestess, he's got the intuition. He has the knowledge. And here's the Devil reversed. And immediately I saw with this is divorce. And willing to things that he was told were wrong, wanting to explore that and go forward. He is going to stop limiting himself. His belief system, he is going to turn away. I don't know if the Duggar family is going to want that to come out publicly or not, but things are falling apart all around. And then here's the Four of Pentacles. He's grown up very conservative, always having to hold on to things, take care, and a lot of control. And he's felt secure in this family, and so is Lauren. Lauren is feeling like, you're supposed to provide me this. I feel like you're leaving me stranded. Like she's drowning. Here's the Three of Cups. But at the same time, exploring. This is all about Josiah needing to explore these feelings and things that he has been told are dark, they're bad, they're of the devil, and it's not. And he's having that kind of conflict, and it has torn at the marriage. I think he's been afraid to admit things to Lauren. I think Lauren's smart enough to be picking up on it, though. I mean, as a spouse, sometimes you do pick up on things going on with whom you're married to, you know? And sometimes you just have to wait for them to come forward when they feels comfortable enough, or they've had enough. All right, I'm pulling out a different Lanterman card deck that I haven't used before. This or no, I think I've used it once. This is a new deck I got for Christmas. All right, 15 spades here. Interesting. Let's see, in case you want to see. This is a fairy version. I just wanted to pull. I know, I'm pulling up fairies. And there's a big bear there. This is a big bear, and the fairy's there with the bear. Okay. I'm wondering if that's Jim Bob. It's an authority figure. Business minded. Powerful business. Huh. Oh, 24. This is love. Romance. No. I need more cards before I even open my mouth without just realizing. I don't think that's Jim Bob at all. 34. Okay. There's somebody. Is someone in a business of some kind whom is in Josiah's life, and it's not his father, because there is more of a romantic feelings towards this person. The hearts. 16. Let's just look at the stars. There's an optimism, his hopes and dreams. There is somebody. Else in the mix. Oh, 9 with the flowers and such. This has to do with a gift or pleasure, delight, something pretty. I think love is a gift. I think he's going to find love. One. The writer. There is somebody who has information. I think it's gonna come out in the news pretty soon about this marriage of Lawrence and his dissolving. There is somebody. They might be a little older than Josiah, but this king, he's got a libido. I'll just put it that way. It could be Josiah or both men. I think I'm never going to try and force someone out. That's why I'm being very careful with what I'm saying. I do not out people. I don't, although I got outed, but that doesn't matter. Just put it that way. That's why I'm not going to assume anything. This masculine energy could be a woman whom has a masculine energy, okay? So I want to say that before I keep going with this reading. There's a deceitful woman. This snake. This is a. There is someone. Okay, so there's. I think Lauren, in her jealousy and insecurity, she's done some stuff. I don't think she's all that innocent. I think it broke Josiah's heart. Yeah. The birds. There's gonna be. This is gossip about a couple. She was making phone calls, I'm thinking, to somebody. And that is going to come out. Yeah, this isn't just, yeah. There's opportunity for this other relationship that he's scared of. But I think they're preparing. They're preparing. Has a lot to do with travel, going away, and a new adventure, going abroad. I think that's what, yeah. And 26. And here's the book. This here, all the secrets are going to be coming forward. There's going to be a lot coming out. And I think Lauren is going to go away, on lay low with Bella. I think Josiah is going to be dealing with a lot of hurt too, and feeling betrayed by her, and she feeling betrayed by him. It's like this dual thing. Yeah, but yeah. Huh. Well, this reading has been interesting, to say the least, has it not? And I am getting really hungry, folks. So we're gonna end this here. Please remember, if you haven't subscribed already, why not? Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like, comment down below. Let me know what other videos you want me to do, and I will do my best to try and cover these things. Ooh, I have a kitten pawing at me. Oh, I will see what happens. Okay, I love you all. I hope you're having a wonderful new year. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'll see you next time. Bye.